My name is Pooja and I started sewing, crocheting and knitting last year, I think from March or April, and I wanted to wrap up the year and show you what I have been up to, and I will show whatever I have sewed, whatever I have crocheted. I did knit a project which I would talk about. I can't show it because it was a complete failure, but I do want to talk about it just to show um, what went wrong and just to show that transparently that how the beginner's journey would look like. Um, if this is interesting to you, please consider subscribing so that you can follow my journey coming year. So with that, let's start. Um, so when I started in March, I wanted to. Um, uh, I started by repurposing some old clothes to give them a new flavor or resize them. That's how I started my journey. So I'll cover first two projects with which all this started, and then I'll talk about the new projects I did. So let's start. So past year, one of my goal was to buy less. In fact, I did not buy anything new in terms of my personal items, as in clothing, cosmetics, anything new. So it was one of my goals not to spend money on products which I don't need. So with that, I wanted to make some things for me or just to repurpose it at home. So this was my husband's old kurta, which didn't fit him. So I resized this for him. So if you see, if I'm not sure if you're aware of how traditional kurta looks like, but if you see, the pockets are sewn from inside the seam. So to repurpose it, I had to remove the pocket. I had to cut the entire thing again and resize for him. So I think except for the collar, I had to resize, cut everything, and make it fit him, which it did. So I was very happy about it that finally he can use it and get some wear it and get some use out of it. The second one which I did, again it was um, something old, so it was again his kurta which I resized for me. So again there was a pocket here which I completely removed because that is like a men design of kurta. In ladies we don't have that kind of pockets, so I removed it, I resized for me. I'll put some pictures how I styled it or how I wore it, but I was really happy. This kurta belonged to him like 15 years ago. He was wearing it, and since 15 years I have kept it with the thought that I'll use it someday for myself. So this year I got some use of it, so I'm very happy with this repurposing. I'll show some pictures here, somewhere here. Yeah, so this was it. Okay, so now we go to a section, some exciting or interesting section. So I made this dress for my daughter. So it has a top and a big skirt. So if you see, here is the skirt. So if you see, it has an elasticated belt, and then it is a big skirt. She didn't get a lot of wear out of the skirt because it's cold here, so she didn't get a chance to wear it. So I'm going to put it on my Vinted shop in case anybody is interested. I also made a top for her with the same cloth. I'll put a picture. I don't have it physically with me, but I'll put a picture of she wearing it in one of our festivals. So yeah, so this was my first from scratch. And again, yeah, I self drafted the top and the skirt both myself. I saw some pictures on Pinterest, and that's how I thought I can try making it. It was a loose fit, so it was easier for me to self draft and make it. So yeah, um, moving on. Now, the next uh, dress I made was for myself. So this is the complete dress. It has tiered skirt and very simple bodies. So this dress I made. I'll put some pictures of me wearing it. This year, tiered dresses, tiered skirts were everywhere. So I thought I'll make it one for myself. This fabric is this is not silk or cotton. This is, I think it's a blend, but it has a very nice flow to it. I got this 5-6 years back from India. I love the print. It is very spring themed dress, and I liked how it turned out. Then um, I made this cord dress. The design is based or inspired from a designer called as Sydney Graham, if I'm not mistaken. I'll put her handle somewhere on the screen. She also has a pattern for both. I saw some pictures. I saw her designs, and I tried to self draft it. So the pants are like normal pants. It has pockets. It has this detailing at the end. I'll put some I wore this in my Italy vacation. I'll put some pictures on top of me wearing it. Um, this is the top which goes with it. I used this top a lot. I used it with skirt, with jeans. I styled it multiple times in summers. So I got a lot of wear out of this top. I'll put some pictures here again. The pant, not so much. Two things. It's difficult to self-draft pant if you are a beginner, so I would not recommend it. Um, so the thighs, this portion, it came out very tight. So as it was wearable, but it doesn't have the ease which I would like it to have. And also the second mistake I did was the pocket shows through. This is a cotton fabric. It's a very nice soft cotton, breathable cotton. It's a very nice fabric, but again it's little bit thin. So if when I'm wearing it, you can see uh, the impression of the pocket. So I didn't wear it a lot. I did wear it once during my vacation. Yeah, but for now, I wore it, and I'll see if it still fits me after washing, and I'll see if I want to modify it. Um, the next one I made these shorts, again self drafted. This came out pretty well. So it has a pocket. I put a pocket here. This is again a cotton fabric, but it's not see through. So the design was it's very nice. It is elasticated, and I bought one of a shop very close to my house. They were having a sale on pillow covers. I think a big pillow cover was about 50 cents or so. So I bought many pillow cover. I'll show you what I did with that. This was from one pillow cover. It was a huge pillow cover. Again with the same material. Um, I made this vest. Uh, uh, yeah, so if you see, I made this vest. Again, this was self-crafted. I got some images out of Pinterest. The double-sided vest. So this I can wear with any white t-shirt with that shorts. Also, this is the main side, which is the denim side. So I made this with a denim linen cloth. So I wore like this multiple times. I again I bought a very big jeans. I think it was triple XL or something from a thrift store, and I repurposed it to make this vest. Um, I still have a lot of fabric left from the jeans. I'll see if I can make a shorts for me this year, but for now I have kept it and not used it. But this vest was it turned out to be very nice. It fits me nicely, and let me try it on. It fits me nicely. I like it. It's warm. I can style it multiple ways. This was the first project where I actually made a tool, cutting it, so it fits me nicely. I made a tool, um, and then changed it. This was a good experience, I would say, good experiment. So yeah, very proud of this. Now I think yeah. So the pillow covers I was talking about, which was on sale. So I made this pajama set for my daughter. This is the bottom, and this is the top. So it's a spaghetti top, very nice breathable cotton. This is a very summer appropriate PJs, and I made both this and this with one pillow cover. So you can imagine how big the pillow cover was. She loves it. In this, I think the shorts came out pretty nice. I had to, because I was making with one pillow cover with a limited fabric. I had to join. I had to join a panel to cover her back. But yeah, for the night dress, it's fine. It works out. She likes it. She wears uh, it a lot. So I think it's a win. With the same pillow cover story. This baby doll night dress was made with, with one of the pillow covers. This turned out to be nice. She wears it. It's for a night dress. It was okay, but two things two things maybe in future I would change or will do more research. I put a zip here. If you see, this is supposed to be an invisible zip, but I don't know how to put on the zip. I'll maybe practice more. But this was like it didn't come out as well as I expected. And if I would have had more fabric, maybe I would have put a more how do I say? I wanted this to be a little wider, the skirt part. Bodice was okay, but I would have preferred if the skirt part is wider. But I think for 50 cent fabric, this was okay. I think I have to just cover one more sewing project, and then I'll move to crochet projects. Um, this was again the same one pillow, the same sale story where I got a lot of pillow covers. This was the pillow which I got from that, and from one pillow I made this top. This top was there is a creator called as Thoughtful Creativity. Again, I'll put her link somewhere here, because yeah, I don't want to take anybody's credit. I used her tutorial. It's a free tutorial on YouTube. I used it to draft it and sew it. It turned out to be really nice. She has an amazing channel. Whatever tutorial she makes it very nice. So this was one of her tutorial. I'll link her credentials somewhere on the screen. I wore it many times, but I'll put a picture somewhere here. Me wearing it. I wore it with a palazzo pant. For summers, amazing design. Okay, I forgot one sewing dress which I want to include. In the same story of me not buying anything. In India, we have a festival where we have to wear something new. So I wanted to wear something new, but I didn't want to buy anything new. So what I did, um, I looked at my stash. And I found a fabric which looked little traditional, Indian traditional fabric, and I made this long skirt. Um, I um, I have, I think this was self-drafted. Of course, you don't need a design, you don't need a pattern for this. It's a simple triangle. There's elastic on top, and then just you fold it at the bottom. So it doesn't need any pattern. But I did make a vlog of this entire process, which you will find in my channel. So this was, and then for top I had this blouse. um, I already had this blouse, but this sleeves I attached for this blouse. And yes, I think with this I saved a lot of money. I didn't have to buy anything new. um, this was one of my last sewing project of the year, because after that I shifted. I was learning how to crochet, and then the autumn came, and then everything was crocheting, so I didn't sew anything. But yeah, so this wraps up my sewing projects. Now let's dive into the crocheting projects. I shot my rest of the video, I think 2 weeks back, and when I was editing it last week, I realized I missed one top. It's not a big deal if I miss one garment, but I wanted to include it because this was my very first self-drafted top, which I did last year. So I thought it is good I did include it for as a good wrap up. So this is a top which I made from a thrifted cotton sheet. This is inspired by the Khani top. I bought it off of my daughter from one of the retailers in Amsterdam. And what I did, I just looked at the design. It was the same. I think they also got inspiration from Ghani, and they created their own version. So I took the pattern from that and I created my own version. So and I did a small modification where if you see the sleeves are double sided, so there is no bottom seam in the sleeve. It is a bubble sleeve, and the bubble is created by attaching one more layer of sleeve below the main sleeve. It makes sense, and it is little bit smaller, which creates this bubble look. When I was drafting it, I did a mistake of cutting both right sleeves. Instead of one left, one right, I cut two right sleeves. So I had to redo and make the sleeves again. Apart from that, yes, I did one more modification. Generally, the top has only ties to tie. It's completely open in front, and you tie it to close it. So what I did, and I'm very I'm not very comfortable only wearing with some ties which can come out anytime. So what I did, I added this, I don't know what you call it, but this is the close hooks which you can put, and it is pretty much invisible. So if I put it on and wear the sleeves, and then I tie it, it is pretty invisible. So if you see, nothing would be visible from front. No hooks are visible, but at least it is safe. I will not flash anyone if I'm wearing it. And yeah, that's about it. I self-drafted it from that top which I bought for my daughter. It came out nice. It's a very nice cotton fabric. The only thing I would change in future if I make it again, I think I made if you see this ruffle, the bottom layer, bottom layer, yeah. This, I don't know what you call it, but this, yeah, this tier, it is little short. uh, i i I would like to make it a little longer next time. That's the only thing what I would change. Otherwise everything turned out to be nice. Because it is front open top, I did I wear a tube top inside, skin color, skin toned tube top. That also I made, but I couldn't find it when I was looking for this top to show. I couldn't find that tube top. So, but it is basically a stretchable tube top. I just made a big rectangle and made a tube. But that really helps me style this or any front open dress or top I have. So I think tube tops are very easy to recreate if you're comfortable stitching a stretch fabric. I'm still not, but at least I would like to try it, because then even if you do some mistakes in fitting, it is little forgiving, I think. So that's it. So yeah, this one I will add some pictures of me wearing it. Again, I wore it with skirt, with palazzo pant. I wore it with jeans. So yeah, I got a good wear out of it in summers. Moving on. Okay, so talking about my crocheting project. So the very first thing, again, this is a top which I never wore till now, but this was my first top which I made. I learned and made. Again, I followed a tutorial on YouTube. It's a free tutorial. I'll link that in the description if you are interested. But again, amazing tutorial. If you know how to make single crochet, double crochet and chain, you can get it done. So this is one of the top which I made, the very first top. It uses, I think, 7 granny squares. The granny squares has a specific design, but yeah, so it has a lot of fringes. It's a boho design. I like it. I'm looking forward to styling it this summer. So far I haven't worn it, so I can't show you how I styled it. But yeah, one of the very first project I made this year. Then the second one is I made a very cute tablet cover for my, no, not tablet, sorry, laptop cover for my daughter. She likes, the purple is her favorite color, so I used purple color, and this is a gray color. It's a cotton fabric. Again, I'll also talk about my mistakes. The previous one, this one, it has a summer top, so I should have made with the cotton thread, but I didn't. It's like I said, my first project, I was not aware of the thread types and what to use for what weather. It's obvious, but yeah, I didn't care enough. So I made this with full acrylic. I can get away with it in this project, and I don't have a sensitive skin, so that's not a problem for me, but I would have preferred cotton in this design. But it's so loose, it's so airy, I can get away with using acrylic here. Um, this I made in cotton. It has very loosey goosey. It's a very flowy cotton. For this project, I should have used a structured material and should have made it smaller. This fits her laptop perfectly, which is not ideal, because if it fits, it can slip off. So I should have made it a little bit smaller, but yeah, I made this for her. She wanted a chevron design, and I self-drafted it. I didn't have to look at any tutorial. Yes, how to make the chevron stitch I found on YouTube. I saw a lot of tutorials for that, and then I could self-draft. It's a simple rectangle, and you fold and you stitch on both the sides. So yeah, that's it. And then I made some small projects, like I made the scrunchie. I made this scrunchie. and I also made one more. I don't have a picture of it, that it was a gift. So 2 scrunchies I made, and then I made I don't know what you call it. I am using it as a stuffed toy hammock. So I'll put a picture. So I have a picture in my daughter's room. So I put in the corner of the room like so, and then you can put a stuffed toys inside. So something like this. So something like this. I have this. This is my daughter's room. So I made 2 hammocks for her room. Again, for this, yes, I did follow a tutorial on YouTube. If I find it, I'll put the link. But it is very easy to make. It's a very simple match stitch. Then is this top which I made for my daughter. It is, I don't know if you can see in the camera. I'll put it closer. This has this flower design. I made for her. She wore it multiple times. Even I wore it multiple times. It has a very loose fit, so it could fit both of us. I made one this color. This is pure cotton yarn I used. I made one for her, and I also made one for my niece. It was in white color, same size, same design. I'll put a picture somewhere here. So I made 2 tops, one pink and one white. White one I gave to my niece. Both turned out to be very nice. One thing and also I followed a free YouTube tutorial for this. I'll put a link in the description box. One mistake I did was when I made this, I was constantly measuring with her hand how well it's fitting her. But once I made it, I washed it, I blocked it. Hands were very long, so I had to open this 2 flower row. I had to open to make her fit better. If I can find, I'll put a picture somewhere here how big her hands were and how I fixed it. So that's one thing I would say. For this design, because it's such an open weave design, it stretches a lot. Even with a cotton fabric, cotton yarn, it stretched a lot. So I would next time maybe I'll make it smaller. And if you're making it, you're following the tutorial, just when you're sizing yourself, make it a little smaller, because it does pull, stretch or open up. Okay. I think I made, and the next I'll do a quick round of tapestry crocheting. I tried my hands at tapestry crocheting. I loved it. I don't know. I liked it so much. As in, you are creating literally a fabric with. I know that's how you do in knitting and crocheting. I know. But it just blew my mind how you could create such a nice design with just single crochet. So this was my first tapestry crochet tapestry which I made. This was my first and again, this I found the pixel grid on Pinterest and I made it myself. I didn't follow a tutorial. One thing was, if I don't know if it will come on the camera, but if you see, this is very light, and then there's a green color which is dark. So the green comes out from the white fabric. I don't like it a lot. So after a few lines, I just added separate skein of yarn for each layer, and then it came out to be nice. But yeah, it was. I was really proud of this. And then after this, I made many tapestries. The next one I made was this Uno for my daughter's room. She plays Uno a lot, so I found this pixel grid on Pinterest. So I said, I asked her, she said she likes it. I made it, but I did a mistake. So I made a mirror image of the grid I found on Pinterest. So if you see, the numbers are a mirror image, but it's fine. but that's how I learned that even from where you start the design, that's also important. If you're so if you are making a design from left to right or right to left, it is important. It's not you can start in at any line. But yeah, so this I made. She still uses it. I use it in her room. She likes it. But yeah, this is a mirror image of what my interior design was. Then I made this cherry design, cherry with some bow. Um, Again, grid in found on Pinterest, and I made it. This how do I say, this trim was my design. I thought this was coming as without the border, it was not looking so nice, so I made this border. I have to still put the string to hang it, but yeah, this was one of my tapestry this year. And then I made some small ones like this ducky, which I made again the grid on Pinterest. And then I made this maple leaf on as tapestry. I still have to find dowels for all these and make and hang it, but yeah. And the most recent was this butterfly. This design I'm so proud of. I love the design, and this I have I started and I was trying to carry my thread from maroon to white and white to maroon, but again the contrast is so high between both the yarn that from white I could see maroon. So I didn't like it. I I made it half of this tapestry, and then I was like, no, it's not looking nice. I frogged it and I made it again, and I'm so happy with the result. It's a good thing that I frogged it and made it again, because now I don't. Yes, I did my research how to take your floats in tapestry so that doesn't show on the front side. I saw a tutorial, and she was carrying her thread after every one stitch. If I can find, I'll put that YouTube put that tutorial on the description box. But it helped a lot. I used that technique at least for my tapestry. It's not showing. It's amazing. It gave me amazing results. So I frogged it, made it again using that trick, and yeah. So that finishes my tapestry. So one more crochet project for the year. So I made lot of pot covers. I think I didn't look at any tutorials for the pot cover itself, but I looked at a lot of stitches, and then which I replicated on the pot with my own understanding of how to make the classic cylindrical shape. So if you see, this one has I think fan stitch, this is called as fan stitch. So I just learned how to make fan stitch, and I just put it in this. I think it looks pretty cool. I made many covers. I'll put all the pictures, but this one was little, I would say, complicated. I use macrame cord for all my vases, not vases, planter planter covers, whatever. And this one is a tulip stitch. This was very famous last year in hairbands, in caps. So I saw this tulip stitch and I thought maybe it would good look in this kind of cover. So I made this one with the tulip stitch. So if you see, this is again all this is macrame cords. So the basic bottom, and then I have this green macrame for the leaf, and then the small tulips with the orange macrame. So I think I'm really a big fan of making these covers with macrame cord. Okay, some variables I made this year. So I made this tank top. Um, this was self-drafted. I didn't self-drafted from an image. It originally this was for my daughter, but I think again the sizing is a problem. If you're self-drafting for this kind of things, how much positive ease, how much negative ease you have to take. That's something you have to be very careful of, which I was not. So I made for my daughter, but it's very loose on her. So ultimately, it's for me now. I'll wear it. Um, and yes, this is the project which I am uh, very proud of this year. So I made this skirt. Again, this was a self-drafted skirt. For this, I have documented my entire process on YouTube. I'll put a link in description for it, and I'll see if I can figure out how to put on the screen. But yes, this came out so nice. The yarn is so nice. The finishing is very nice, and I'm completely proud of myself for doing this. I'll put some pictures of how I styled it. I wore it with blue sweater. It looks nice. I wore it with this top. It looks nice. I wore it with black t-shirt. It looks nice. For anything and everything. Yes, it is a granny square, so it is little holy. So it has holes. So you have to wear it with a skirt, with not the skirt, with the leg with the tights. But as it is pure wool, I will anyways be using it in winters, and if I'm using it in the winters, I will be wearing leggings. So that's not a problem for me. I want to make one more, but long in cotton yarn for summers. But let's see. So that's a plan for this year. But I'm completely in love with the skirt. I'm going to wear again and again. So with this, there are some small projects like this pumpkin I made, again self-drafted. This one I looked at pictures and I thought I can make it. I made it. My husband says it looks weird, but I like it. I use it. And this coaster set thingy. So so you can, so it's a basket where succulent, yes, coaster succulent. So this I put in my center table, so you can remove one and it becomes a coaster. For this also I followed a YouTube tutorial. I'll put in the description box below. Any tutorial I have used, anything I have, any design I have taken inspiration from, used, I'll put everything in the description box so you can find everything there. I think that wraps up my, which I can show you physically. There are a lot of items. I'll use my laptop for that. One of our festivals, Diwali, I made a lot of products for Diwali. I will put pictures of all the items when I'm talking about it, but I'll go over the list. I'm using my laptop because I have written all the list, all the things I have made for Diwali. So yeah, so I made yarn candles. So we in Diwali we light some candles, not candles. I don't know. It calls us diyas in Hindi. So we have diya, which is traditionally made of clay, but I made with yarn. I self-drafted it. Here is the picture how it looks like. I made some candle covers. Here's how it looks like. This is so this was, I think these are not candles. These are the glass jars which I got. Nutella. So the glass jar, the jars which you get of Nutella. So these are the glass jars, and I made a cover for this, and this comes out very nice as a candle. I made coasters. I made doilies. I'll put the pictures somewhere here. I made two table runners. One is white. Again, I'll show how it looks like. and one is little colorful. I'll put a picture or a video somewhere. So these two, these are, although it is not talking about, everything is self-drafted. I made it myself. But yes, I saw pictures from Pinterest and I made it myself. Um, Everything came out very nice. The white one I could have made a little shorter. It's very long now. Yeah, I promised to talk about a knitted project which was complete failure. So I'll put some pictures or some videos somewhere in this frame or after this. I made a skirt. I tried self drafting it. So and my idea was I'll make a ribbing. I'll make some knit and pearl stitches, make increases, then make a ribbing border, and then I'll get a skirt from this pattern. It started pretty well. I did my belt was right, my increases were right in terms of number of stitches, but where to increase, how to increase was completely off. So at the end, and I kept on trying it between stages, but I think it was somehow it was not right. At the end, when I bound off my bottom ribbing, I was putting it on. It was so tight. I couldn't put it on. I could. It's a knit, so I could put it on, but it was not wearable. So I will flog it. I will make it again. But last year that was the only my knit project which I started, which I couldn't. I did complete, but I couldn't use it. So this year, my target is to learn knitting a little bit more, or at least have some experience so that I can still self draft. I want to keep learning sewing, crocheting, and knitting. Wraps up today's journey through my all the projects, and thank you so much for watching.